Hello friends and welcome again. Now I have a question for you. Are you someone who wants to get promoted and grow in their career? If yes, then this video is for you. If no, then maybe this may not be the right video for you. Anyways, for those who really want to get promoted and grow in their career, here is a little secret for you. Hard work alone won't cut it. If you are a hardworking individual who is very good at their work and expert in their field of work and is also very hardworking, like burning the midnight oil, working late hours, taking multiple projects, multitasking and all, this alone won't cut it. You must have seen in your organization as well, there are many individuals who have not put in the amount of work or the hours as much as someone else. However, they still end up getting promoted because they know the corporate hack. So in this video, I will talk about what are those corporate hacks which will help you get promoted, grow and develop in your organization. And when I say grow and develop, I actually mean you rising the ranks. So number one tip or number one corporate hack is line up your best projects as much as possible close to the annual performance review. This is a review which happens annually where your rating or performance is judged, evaluated, and your rating for the year is decided, whether you're a top rated individual, mid of the pack, average, or below. So if you line up your best projects towards the period when you are close to your performance review, this is what will happen. There will be a recency effect. So you just came out delivering great projects and projects which were really critical, which were really important. You did good on them. And now comes the performance review soon after you've delivered those key projects. What will happen in your performance review? Your manager will be all happy. We'll be talking about those projects. So let's assume the performance review that you have annually is in December. Now imagine you deliver a great project, a big project in January, which is 11 months before your performance review. What do you think which projects your manager will be talking about or judging you on in the performance review in December? Probably they would have forgotten about the January project. All they would be talking about is projects that you delivered after July. And more importantly, projects that you delivered in October, November, because anything before that has been lost in memory because people have short-term memory. So the recency effect applies to the projects that are close to the time when your performance review is being done. Now here it is also important to note that you may not have that flexibility every time to choose when to complete a project. Hence I say, whenever and if possible, line them up close to the performance review. So as I said, if performance review is in December, line them up in September, October, November, so it is close to the performance review. If that is not a possibility, that's fine. I have other smart hacks for you. Now here is tip number 2, which is regarding seeking feedback. So there would be individuals in your team that may have a high weightage on your feedback. So towards the end of the year, when you have your performance review, they give input to your manager in terms of how you were as part of their team, and their feedback holds a lot of weightage. So what you need to do is you need to make sure that you are in their good books. And how do you come in their good books? What you do is every time you deliver a good project, a good outcome, you seek feedback from them. You don't seek feedback from them randomly. Like, it is good to seek feedback just because you want to learn. However, if the motive is to get good feedback and have an impact on your performance review, then make sure you only ask for feedback from those team members who have an influence on your performance review when you've delivered something great. So let's say if you've not delivered anything and you ask for feedback, what will they think? They'll think of things that you recently did, which weren't that great maybe, or you did nothing because there is no project that you recently worked. And the last project that you worked was like 8-9 months ago. So they hardly have much memory of you and they will play safe. Oh, you're good. You're okay. You can improve. You can do better. You can take up more projects. There is so much work, so much help you need. So it will be more of an opportunity that they will be sharing as against positive feedback. So more of a negative feedback, or let's say things you can improve. Now, as they have shared that negative feedback or things that you can improve with you and not shared any strengths, suddenly they have registered that feedback in their mind. So later when your manager asks them for feedback, what they will do is they'll refer to that recent feedback that they gave you, which is registered in their mind. So the feedback that is registered with them, they will just open their mind and share exactly that with your manager. So your job here is to make sure that whenever you get a feedback registered in your team member's mind, it is positive feedback. How do you do it? Is exactly when you've delivered a great project, you go to them and you say, tell me how I'm doing, how I can improve, how I can do better. Because it's a great project you delivered, it was a great presentation you came out of, and they're really happy. All they will do is talk good about you. And that's all you need, because now they've registered a positive feedback for you. Later towards the end of the year, when your manager goes to them and says, can you please tell me how is Behrouz doing? And can you give me some feedback on him? What will they talk about? They will talk about exactly the things they have registered in their mind. Now, with all that said, it is also critical to note that you don't do anything poor during that time or in between that feedback that was registered and the final performance review. Because if there is something negative, then obviously that negative will have recency effect and will take precedence. However, in absence of doing nothing, and taking it as an extreme example, if you do nothing, in that case, when your manager will go to that individual and ask for feedback, they will just open their registry and think of the feedback they gave to you and kind of use the same words or same registered feedback and share it with the manager. Easy peasy. Now, on this very subject, I made a detailed video where I explain how you can go about really using this hack. You can check out that video. I will leave the link to that video here and also in the description of this video. Now, one call out before we move forward. In case you find any value from this video, I have to ask for you. One, smash the like button, as this keeps me motivated. Second, please press the subscribe button along with the bell icon. One stat I want to share with you, that 76% of you who view my channel or videos on my channel do not subscribe to my channel. This really breaks my heart. Help me deliver more of such content by pressing the subscribe button and supporting this channel. Lastly, if you want me to continue making unbiased content like this, you can also support me on patreon.com. I will leave the link to my Patreon page in the description of this video. Now let's get rolling back into the video. Number 3 hack is to identify the key stakeholders in your team or across the organization you are working on. Go to them and resolve their issues. These are the individuals who have a big voice in the organization, a big say, and drive a lot of influence in the organization. Like they are connected to the upper management, to your manager, or to your manager's manager. So they are well connected, they have a good network. So anywhere they go and they speak good about you, it will just echo everywhere. And people will give weight to whatever they say. So these are the individuals who are not just well connected throughout the organization, but also are considered high value, high net worth employees of the organization. So if they say something, it holds a lot of weight. So if they talk good about you, it will hold a lot of weight. And similarly, if they talk bad about you, then it will be magnified. So try to find those individuals, and these individuals can easily be found by just observing or even asking someone that who really is the next star or the next growth person in this organization, in this team, and people can highlight 1 or 2 individuals who will really make it big in the organization. Just stay close to them, deliver their projects, resolve their issues, be in their good books, sort problems for them. On the same lines, another hack is with regards to your manager. Find out what your manager hates doing. Pick it up, get better at it, and deliver it for them. And just take that task away from them. Your manager will just fall in love with you. By the way, on this same topic, I've made a separate video where I talk about how do you go about managing your manager. This one tip is also covered in that video. However, I also share multiple other tips where you can really manage your manager and be a strong, important employee in their eyes. You can check out that video here. Also, I will leave the link in the description of this video. Now, next is applying the 80-20 rule. Now, I have done multiple projects throughout my career. However, I can easily say out of 100 projects that I did, only 20 or even less were really impactful or were the reasons why I got promoted, or I had a steep start to my career, or I had a stellar career growth in totality. However, all others were not material at all. They were done, I completed them. However, they had zero impact on my career. They were done on a very low scale. They were not important. They were not the priority of the organization, of my manager, or of my manager's manager. And hence, because of not carrying that priority, those projects really didn't make any impact. Now, going back, I would just choose those 20 projects or even less to focus on them and go bananas on them. Like focus hard, put all my hard work, effort on those 20 projects, and even not do any of those 80 projects that are left or in the balance, or simply put minimum effort just for them to get completed, solved, and that's it, as against trying to equally allocate my time across all projects. So find those 20 projects. They are very easy to find. All you need to do is just read the company's mission statement, the company's objectives for the year, the annual plan, and see which of your projects align to the annual plan, because these are the projects which the management wants you to complete, so you can deliver on the annual plan that the management has decided. Secondly, you can check with your manager. You can check with your colleague. Ask them what is important. Make a list of all the key important projects. For the balance, just let go of any other project. Don't work on them. Tell your manager you don't have time to work on them. Even if your manager doesn't like it in short term, it doesn't really matter, because what your manager will like is the amount of focus and the quality delivery you will have on the projects which really matter, which are big, which are important. Also, what you can do is you can check historically which kind of projects have really made the mark. Focus on them. Talk to senior management, understand what is on their mind, what are they trying to solve, and which of these projects will solve their issue. Again, similar to the advice I gave before, which is to the top key individuals who are the growth individuals in the company, check with them which are the projects which are close to what they want to get solved or delivered, and hence work on those projects, because those projects are the priority of the company. Don't decide the priority for yourself. Allocate your resources based on the 80-20 rule. Focus on the projects, the 20% of the projects that deliver 80% of the results, and ignore everything else. Last but not the least, work on your image, which is you should come across as someone who is humble yet ambitious. Like, people should know that you are here to grow, develop, and go places. You're not just here to be complacent. You're picking up the right projects. You're focusing on the right projects. You are connecting with the right individuals, and hence developing that image of yourself, which is all about being humble but yet ambitious. Now, what this does is this puts kind of pressure on your manager or your management team that you are someone who's putting all in, who wants growth, who wants to get promoted, who wants all the highlight, and hence they better give it to you because you are putting all your effort there. It's like if you don't ask, the answer is no. So you have to ask for that promotion. You have to ask for that growth. I remember an individual in my organization who on their annual plan would write that next year, I want to grow, develop, learn, and even have more expanded opportunities, or if a promotion is there, take a promotion as well. Now, you don't have to be as extreme as asking for promotion on your annual plan. However, you can simply talk about how you are looking for more growth, expanded opportunities, more accountability, more responsibilities. Ask for it. You are actually asking for that next promotion as you ask for quality work, for more responsibility, for more challenge. Next is to find mentors within the organization who have some level of influence on your performance, not direct influence, but some level of indirect influence. This could be a person in the senior management team who sits with your manager, works with your manager, and decides on people rating for the organization. They don't decide the people rating or performance or for you, but for the organization. However, there is a mutual discussion. That is one example. Another one could be, as I said, some individual who is on a high growth path and also has a say in the organization and has feedback or input that they can share with your manager. So make those people your mentor. Now, what happens when you go and ask for an advice from someone and they give you an advice? They want to make sure that whatever advice they give you, they want to make sure it works for you. So they will go to the limit to make sure that advice is worked for you or is something which is helpful because they gave that advice. Let's say there is a particular individual who gives you an advice. I think you should work on project B and not work on project A because this will really take you places. Now, suddenly they've given that advice to you and you started working on it. Now they want to prove themselves and prove to you that the advice they gave is the right advice, because if you do project B and you fail, then it was a bad advice. So even if project B eventually will lead you to failure, they will not let you fail. And they will make sure they talk to your manager and convince them and influence them, because they have some level of influence to get you the right performance rating or build the right image for you. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully this video was valuable for you for now to know those smart hacks that you can make use of in order to go places, grow, and get promoted in your career. In case you find this video valuable, I'm sure you'll find another video valuable on my channel where I talk about how you can come out to be the smartest person in the room. You can check out that video here. Other than that, I have another video where I talk about how I'm trying to reach my financial freedom journey. You can check out that video here. Thank you.